Nora sprinted across the parking lot, her crimson dress a streak of red against the asphalt black boots, slightly too large, slapping against her ankles as sobs racked her small frame. She could barely see where she was going. The motorcycle club had pulled up to the diner for lunch, as they did at every stop, their 12 machines idling in a line that stretched across the lot like a row of metallic serpents. 14 riders in leather, 12 women and 14 men, their presence alone seemed to hollow out the space around them. The largest, a man named Bear, stood by his bike, checking a tire. He heard her before he saw her. Without hesitation, he straightened, his eyes locking onto hers. She ran straight toward him, grabbed his vest with both hands, and sobbed into his shoulder. "They're beating my mama. Please, please help her." His response was immediate. A drop to one knee on the hot pavement, his face tilting up to meet hers. "Where is she?" she whispered, pointing across the street. He glanced at the others behind him, Cord, Ree, the rest of the club, and they moved without a word. "Before we begin, if you believe that real strength is knowing exactly when to use it and exactly who it is for, please like this video, subscribe to Kindness Tales, and share this with someone who needs to believe in people today." Nora was 5 and she had run 3 blocks in boots bought to last that hadn't yet. She passed a gas station and 2 other shops without stopping, something in her instincts urging her forward. Motorcycles were loud, intimidating, the men around them colossal figures to a child. For one heartbeat she hesitated. Then she saw Bear crouching by his bike and something in her chest, some hard-won certainty clicked. She ran. Bear had been 18 when the club took him in, called him Bear for the weight of his frame and the quiet strength he carried. At 38, he moved through the world like a man who had learned to bend without breaking. He called his daughter every Sunday, rain or shine, without fail. 8 years old and states away, she filled his phone with stories of school and dolls and the odd detail about the neighbor's cat. He never missed a call. The apartment was on the ground floor of a building with a door kicked in months ago and patched poorly. Inside, the sounds were the ones nightmares are made of. Bear didn't knock. In 4 minutes that would never be detailed, the violence ceased. The point wasn't the violence, it was the silence that followed. Carmen, 29, her lip split, wrist bruised, sat on the floor when Bear returned. She didn't speak until he passed her. Ree knelt beside her, gentle despite the scars on her arms. "I need to look at your wrist." Carmen shook her head. Ree persisted, examining the swelling. "Ice bandages, a doctor today." Carmen's reply was a whisper, "I don't have." Ree's answer was simple, "We'll handle it." What followed wasn't heroics but care. A support worker arrived by afternoon. Carmen sat in urgent care, clutching Nora's hand. A locksmith replaced the door, fixed the frame. Ree brought tea in a travel mug, sitting across from Carmen as the girl slept on the couch. "Kept telling myself it would stop," Carmen said. Ree nodded. "It was always bad enough." "You didn't teach her to run," Carmen murmured. "She taught herself," Ree said. "She saw something worth running toward." Nora stirred, blinking up at Bear. "You're very big. I know. Are you scary? To some people, not to you." "How do I know? You ran to me." Later, when Carmen asked why they stayed, Bear said, "Because she ran to us. That means it's ours now." By evening, the apartment felt different. New locks, cleaned windows, a magnet holding Carmen's support worker's number on the fridge. Ree had made lunch, and Nora slept deeply in the red dress, one arm still clutching Carmen's sleeve. Outside, the motorcycles sat in a constellation of chrome and leather, their riders standing in a quiet circle of solidarity. When Bear called his daughter that night, she answered on the second ring. "Dad, hey, just wanted to hear your voice. Is everything okay?" "Everything's good. How was your day?" She spoke of homework and a new book and the dog's weird obsession with socks. He listened, and when she finished, she said, "You can call whenever, not just Sundays." "I know." He rode home under a sky streaked with dusk, thinking of a little girl in a red dress who had run toward the noise instead of away. The truth of it settled in his chest like a prayer. When you are scared, you do not stay still. You run and you ask for help. And sometimes the people waiting at the end of the run are exactly the right ones, even if they look like they couldn't possibly be. Especially then. If this story stayed with you, please like the video, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs it today. Subscribe to Kindness Tales for more stories of unexpected courage, quiet strength, and the people who show up completely when it matters most. Because real strength knows exactly when to kneel down, and real courage knows exactly who to run to. Welcome to Kindness Tailies. We are so glad you are here.